Welcome to Your Region This Week. I'm Carla Fitzsimmons. In this episode, we get the behind-the-scenes look at Cambridge's emergency preparedness. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We talk to a small business owner about how his business has changed his life and helped his mental health. Plus, details about a street party to celebrate a well-known entertainer in Waterloo Region and beyond. But first, here's a look at the headlines. Canada Post is facing another potential strike after negotiations between Canada Post and the union, representing 55,000 of its workers, ended in early March without a contract. Both sides resumed talks last week amid a looming strike deadline. The current collective agreement is in effect until May 22nd. If no deal is reached by that date, tens of thousands of workers could once again be on the picket lines. The red dresses dancing in the wind around Waterloo Region on Monday offer a reminder of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Canada. Red Dress Day is an annual national day of remembrance and activism that began in 2010. Since then, its message has been backed by statistics and unfortunately continued violence towards Indigenous women and girls and Two-Spirit people. According to Amnesty International Canada, Indigenous women and girls in Canada are 12 times more likely to be murdered than non-Indigenous women and girls, and make up approximately 25% of all homicides, despite only representing just 5% of the population. Two new names have been added to Ontario's Police Memorial. Sunday, thousands of police officers, dignitaries, and family members paid tribute at a ceremony in front of Queen's Park in Toronto. This year marks the 26th year for the ceremony. The annual ceremony of remembrance honors and pays tribute to Ontario's fallen police officers who died in the line of duty. The officers are heroes in life and not in death. Still with policing, this year Police Week runs from May 11th to the 17th across the province of Ontario. Brantford Police Service, Waterloo Regional Police Service, and Guelph Police Service will be hosting open houses on Saturday. Meanwhile, Stratford Police Service will be hosting its open house on June 3rd. During Police Week, the services celebrate the dedication and efforts of frontline police officers, 911 communicators, police professionals, and community partners who all work together to keep our communities safe. Coming up, we celebrate the work of our volunteers. After the break, we'll introduce you to Nuno.
Because I know Chris and Cam are going to be saying
I worked on a lot of projects over the years. I've been a Kitchener Rangers cameraman. I've also worked on numerous projects.
It's time to get a little messy.
Thursdays, Top Chef heads north.
Welcome to Toronto. Woo!
And when the competition hits Canada,
Poutine. They're here to fight for over $500,000.
A lot of dough on the line, right?
there are no apologies allowed.
Am I missing one? Oh my God. Woo.
Sorry, not sorry.
my job's not done until I win.
Can I compete?
Top Chef, all new, Thursdays at 9 on Bravo.
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. I had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. and I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwam, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Welcome back. Communities across Canada are recognizing Emergency Preparedness Week, which is May 5th to the 10th. In this next story, we go behind the scenes at Cambridge Fire to highlight the work being done to keep Cambridge safe.
Hey everyone, my name is Alessia Scrow and I'm an Emergency Management and Business Continuity Coordinator with the City of Cambridge. And I'm here today to talk to you about one of the most significant natural hazards faced by the city, which is flooding. As part of the Grand River watershed, Cambridge is vulnerable to riverine flooding during heavy rainfall, spring snowmelt, or ice jams. Flooding can disrupt lives, damage property, and impact our community. But together, we can stay informed and stay prepared. The City of Cambridge is dedicated to maintaining a proactive approach to flood preparedness. Our emergency management team works closely with city staff and external agencies, including the Grand River Conservation Authority, to monitor weather patterns, river levels, and flood trends. This collaboration ensures that the community remains informed and appropriate safety measures are in place. The city is also committed to flood mitigation efforts. With the installation of flood walls in the event of severe flooding, the city can safely close Main Street Bridge, Concession Street Bridge, and Park Hill Road Bridge to minimize flooding and reduce any potential damage. These implementations are designed to protect our homes, businesses, and historic downtown areas. However, it's important to recognize that preparedness starts with you. Having an emergency kit is essential to your safety and will assist you and your loved ones in the event of a flood or emergencies of a similar nature. Include items like water, non-perishable foods, medications, flashlights, and important documents such as family emergency plans to stay connected in the event of a potential flood evacuation. By working together, we can reduce the impact of flooding and maintain a resilient community. Know that the City of Cambridge is here to support you every step of the way. We welcome you to visit our website at cambridge.ca/emergency preparedness for more information, resources, and tips on how you can stay prepared and stay informed.
The Poop Valet is a local business that helps homeowners remove pet waste from their property. For this local entrepreneur, it's what helped him cope with his mental health struggles.
I come from a mental health background where I spent 14 years on disability for depression and anxiety, hospitalized over a dozen times in that period. And my wife said to me, you can't go back and work a full-time job because you have good days and bad. But maybe there's an opportunity to start a business where you, if you have bad days, you know, stay at home and send somebody else to do the work for you. So that's the opportunity that I saw, and we went with it, and it's worked really well. My mental health is so much better running a business. I have far fewer days, and the good days are that much better. We've started donating to a local service dog organization called Partners with Paws, and we donate a generous quarterly donation because they provide dogs, service dogs for folks with mental health needs. And so it's an organization near and dear to my heart. I was at Backyard Barbecue, and we had a campfire after the barbecue, and one of my brother-in-law said to me, look at those dogs running around. If there was only somebody that could pick up their poop. And I said, I think you've got an idea. So I found the niche, and that's where I went. We have a very viable service. It's growing like gangbusters. Took a long time to get it going. But this past year, it's just, you know, we went to 2 trucks. We're just so busy. We get requests nonstop. And I just hope that we're filling the need in the community that people are asking for. We've got a few different ways of doing the poop pickup. We do the one time, the spring rush, cleaning up, getting all of that waste off the yard so that there's no water runoff. And then we have, it's our biggest service, to be honest, is our weekly, bi-weekly, or even twice a week service, where we'll come out every week, clean the yard, take all the waste away with us, so that homeowners don't have to deal with it anymore. And we also have a commercial part of the business. We provide pet waste stations for property managers, townhomes, home HOA associations. We do whatever we can to help out, both residential and commercial. The environmental impact is far greater than people say. I remember my father back in the day when we had dogs, he'd say, "Oh, get out there and run it over with the lawnmower," and it disappeared. So, I didn't have any other thoughts. But I've since learned that dog waste really gets into the waterways in a bad way. There's a lot of pollution in the States, for instance, that comes from dog poop runoff. Some of the wastewater treatment facilities will tell you the exact same thing, that they see an awful lot of contamination in the water. It takes basically about a year for dog waste to break down fully. It doesn't really compost. You can't use it on your gardens where you're growing stuff, but you can use it in flower beds and grass and that sort of thing if it's composted really well. But don't use it for human grade foods. Farmers never use it for human consumption. They just use cow. The thing with dog waste is dogs eat so much protein that it takes a long time to break down. It's not natural. I would say I'm definitely the main person for Wellington Waterloo.
The theme for National Volunteer Week 2025 is Volunteers Make Waves. It highlights the power, impact, and importance of individual and collective volunteer efforts across Canada. Here at Rogers TV, volunteers are at the heart of what we do. Not only do they lend their time, but they lend their talents to help us create community programs like this one.
Turn it like this to make sure they're framed.
Hi, my name is Nino Zapatero, and I'm a volunteer here at Rogers TV.
Because I know Chris and Cam are going to be saying
I worked on a lot of projects over the years. I've been a Kitchener Rangers cameraman. I've also worked on numerous projects in the studio, such as the Mike Farwell Show. I've done directing for TV Bingo, currently producing Chris and Cam's What's Buzzin' Show. And I've been helping out with teleprompter for your region.
This is for you. Okay. This is for you.
If you're thinking about different parts of the industry, of the media industry, like videography or just straight up film or television, this is a good place to start because it gets you an idea of what you want to do with your career. It gives you that good starting point to figure out who you want to be in the long run. I get a lot of satisfaction knowing that I produce a 30-minute or an hour show successfully, and I have great volunteers and producers that will help me. But yeah, overall, it's a good experience.
Hey folks, it's me, Giovanni Petiti, the host of Not Tonight. It's the new late night talk show right here on Rogers TV. We got fabulous guests, a lot of laughs. It's just like the Jimmy Kimmel Show. If you order the Jimmy Kimmel Show on Wish. So join me Sunday at 10 o'clock right here on Rogers TV. Nice.
Sundays for Pairs is a service that we believe will help you discover more of God's promises and purpose for your life. A reminder that God is for you. Courtesy of Pairs Community Church. Join us every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. on Rogers TV to be encouraged and pointed towards hope.
Hey, what's up? We're Chris and Cam, host of What's Buzzin', right here on Rogers TV.
We talk about local trends, we interview local guests, and we overall just have a lot of fun.
8 p.m. Wednesday nights on Rogers TV.
Stay tuned.
This summer, something incredible is coming to Brantford, Brant County, and Six Nations.
From July 10th to 13th, we'll welcome over 1,000 athletes to our community to compete in the 2025 Summer Special Olympics Games.
These athletes are ready to showcase their dedication, passion, and talent in 5 exciting sports.
We are training hard.
And we are ready to give it our all.
Come cheer us on
and be part of something amazing.
Welcome back. In sports, Todd Bertuzzi has started his head coaching tenure with the Cambridge Redhawks. 519 Sports Online caught up with him to talk about his new job and why joining the Redhawks is a great opportunity.
The reason why I think it's a good situation, a situation that I wanted to put myself in is I'm here to develop these kids and make them better players, make them better men, and send them on their way prepared for real life and what happens ahead. And no one has experienced real life more than I have and been through a lot, hockey-wise, personal-wise, and all that. So there's a lot for these kids to gain by my experience, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of getting there. And like I said, the season's a marathon, not a sprint. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of system work to do. I want these kids to be able to know exactly what's going on when they're out there so they're free to play. I want an upbeat, fast-paced team, hard-hitting team. We got a small arena. We got to make it uncomfortable there. But at the same time, I'm all offense. I want to get going, and we got to put more goals up than they do. And so far, I like the way our team's being built and put together, and it's going to be a fun weekend. I want these kids to be able to have the opportunity to go play in the OHL, go play university and all that. The more guys I can get rid of, the better job we're doing. But in the meantime, we still got to win. So I'm going to come in here with the system, and these kids are going to buy into the system, and we're going to play upbeat energy hockey. It's going to be fast-paced. We play in one of the most beautiful arenas, old school arena. I love it. It's small. So we're going to build our team around that, and I think the fans are going to appreciate and enjoy the season.
When we started discussing this position with them, the passion was unreal. We could feel it through the phone. So it all started in the same place, because that's what our entire organization's about. Our ownership, our GM, our director of hockey ops, we all have the same passion. We all want to build up these players. Todd, 1,160 games in the NHL. What can he bring? Everything. Everything. He's had a multitude of coaches, a multitude of teams, a multitude of great teammates. What hasn't he learned? And let's just let him do his job. That's our goal.
With the ownership group and the management group, it was a no-brainer for me to come in. They want the same things that I want, and we're looking forward to getting started. I think it's going to be some of the most entertaining hockey they're going to see in Cambridge, and I'm looking to come in, develop these kids first, and then it's a marathon, not a sprint as far as success. We'll get there, and we'll get there the right way. I've played in some of the most classic arenas, but Joe Louis was one of them. And if anything, we got our own little Maple Leaf Gardens here in Cambridge. It's a beautiful place, gorgeous area, and I actually think our brand of hockey, me coming in, we're going to pack that place and make it one of the most entertaining places to come watch hockey.
For more local sports stories, check out 519 Sports Online. Darren Stevenson and his team work to bring our community stories about local athletes. Visit 519sportsonline.ca.
I took a vacation to the northern part of France. I ate a cheese croissant.
Still ahead, celebrating one of the region's favorite entertainers. That story is after the break.
And when I reached the top, I sang this melody. Say la 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 la. Back your toothbrush and your clothes. Say la 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 la. Touch your knees and touch your toes. Stand up tall, get down low. Take a picture, strike a pose. Say la 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 la. I travel and we go. I went to Napoli in sunny.
Hi,
I'm Stacy Bester, the host of Sweet Occasions here on Rogers TV. I'm so looking forward to season 7, where we're serving up both sweet and savory dishes. I hope you'll tune in and enjoy all of the flavors that we have for you. And don't forget to make every day a sweet occasion.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. I wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a Holden 1 at 15.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
As I looked upon the battlefield in front of me, a German star shell lit up the desolate landscape. I watched as a bullet smashed through the bridge of my nose and left me to the mercy of the darkness. I worried I would be dependent on others for the rest of my life. But Sir Arthur Pearson and the staff of St. Dunstan's had other plans. With their help, I knew I could be self-reliant, and I wanted to bring this idea home to Canada. I wanted Canadians to know that we could hold jobs, that we could contribute, that regardless of sight, all would read, that we, the blind, would shape our own lives, our own destiny.
Blinded by a sniper's bullet in 1915, Edwin A. Baker went on to co-found the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, shaping a path forward for the blind across Canada for generations to come.
Finally for us, mark your calendar for Sunday, June 8th. Kitchener's Carl Zare Square will be hosting a party to celebrate entertainer Eric Traplin. Traplin has been bringing smiles to the faces of young and the young at heart in our community for more than 35 years.
Well, that's just quite overwhelming. I think I'm still in shock, to tell you the truth, because you don't expect something like a whole day. It's like I'm still just in shock about it, and like overwhelmed and grateful, and all these feelings coming in, and it's wonderful, actually, to tell you. It's just very, and I'm really looking forward to the day and seeing everybody.
La, 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 touch your knees and touch your toes, stand up tall, get down low, take a picture, strike a pose. Say
Marin Manser from City of Kitchener, she said, we're going to have a day for you. They invited Ruth up there and my wife up there, and Melissa, and I guess he talked about it, and I was just, I could say, oh, hey, you're doing a good job, Eric. Give me a plaque or something like that. That would be awesome. But this is like just over the moon. When I'm up there and I'm performing, it's like it's my happy place. I just feel this joy coming through me when I'm doing it. And I get to be a kid again and feel that joy and get to play with these kids out there. And I'm so grateful to mums and dads and who bring their kids out and say, oh, okay, you can sing some songs for them. And it's wonderful. And to get to actually make a living at doing what I absolutely love to do, how many people get to do that? And I'm so blessed.
Eric. Hi, Drew. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Do you have a tambourine?
I got a tambourine here.
Here, you probably need to give those to Mike. I got a jaw harp and a rubber chicken there.
Thank you very much. Thanks. You have a good show.
Hey, thanks.
Oh.
Mom and Dad always sang, and I always sang with Mom and Dad. So picked up a guitar at 15 and kind of banged around on it for a while. And then I was working at Lazy Boy, and I decided to do a Tony Robbins course. I picked up his book, and I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to do every exercise in this book, and I did. And I had an epiphany, and that was that I wanted to be an entertainer. So within 3 months, I was doing it. It was like when you have that epiphany. I think the universe hears you and just conspires to make it happen for you. And the first call I got from the union was for a kids show up in Walkerton, and I went, wow, that wasn't on my agenda. I was just going to be doing the pub work at it, and so I said, well, you don't get anywhere by saying no. So I said yes. I went up there and I went, oh, this is so much fun. Yeah. So that's how it started, and it just kept on snowballing. I think one of my goals when I started out was that when I'm in Waterloo Region, when somebody wants to have a party, I want them to think of me, and that was my initial goal for their kid, and it pretty well came about, so I'm very happy with it.
They dance upon a summer breeze and up into the sky without a worry or a care or a reason why. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles in the air. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles everywhere.
I don't know where the time's gone. I still feel like I'm starting out. In a lot of respects, I want to get out there. I want to play. I get excited about going out and playing. And you're still writing songs, and I think it's just what I do, and you just keep on doing what you're doing until
someone tells you can't.
I just feel a tremendous amount of gratitude, like for this area, because this has supported me, like the Waterloo Region, and like I've been out to the coast and out to Manitoba and Northern Ontario, but 90% of my business is right here, and I'm just so grateful and blessed to be able to do that and make a living and sleep in my own bed at night rather than being on the road.
That's our show for this edition of Your Region This Week. I'm Carla Fitzsimmons. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Kitchener's perfect music mix is on Chime 96.7. So every song is someone's favorite song. On Chime 96.7.
Are you ready?
You have no permits.
Shower in a closet.
We're here to fix it.
We got it. You at the right place, look no further.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs.